Hi all, welcome back. I'm continuing with the FTD first time configuration. Now FTD is up and running and it's asking me to log in again. So for login, its default username is admin and password is acamps admin123. So it's showing as a Linux version 6.664 with build 3 and to display the EULA end users license agreement, press enter. So we'll press enter and need to press some time, and here is the please enter yes to agree the end user license agreement, and press yes to continue, and it's asking me to change me the password to the new. So I will select admin@123, admin@123. So after changing a new password, it's asking me that do you want to configure the IPv4? Yes, I wanted to configure yes. Do you want to configure IPv6? No. And configure IPv4 via DHCP or manually? I wanted to configure via manual. Hit enter and enter an IPv4 for the management interface. By default, it is taking as a 192.168.45.45. So I would like to have a 192.168.3.100 as per my diagram. And default management interface subnet mask is 24/24 subnet mask. Hit enter, and the gateway is 192.168.3.10. This is the management IP where I wanted to take up, and host name for this file for FTD. Hit enter, and it's asking me DNS. So enter 8.8.8. I don't want to continue. It will take some time to, like, if you manage the device locally. So basically here is the thing, suppose if you are managing only one FTD device, so instead of having managing this device locally, you will be adding into FMC where you will be managing your FTD via FMC. Suppose if you have more than 3 to 4 FTD device, so you can't go each and every FTD device and create a policy and push to the policy. So instead of that, you will be calling to integrating with the FMC in all the FTD. So in single shot you can create and push the policies. So as of now, manage the device locally. Yes, I will go with the S. I will show you how it looks like GUI graphically. Enter S. So configuring firewall mode to routed. So by default it will take routed. If you say mention no, then it would have asked for the you want to go with the routed or transparent. So successfully permitted the first boot initial configuration steps. Firepower. So it's asking me first boot initial configuration. So now we will go to the okay, we will try to access that 192.168.3.100 via HTTPS. Okay, I'm able to get the SSL warning. Click on proceed and we will see. It's asking for the username. So username is admin and the password is we have this admin@123. It will take some time to load the page, so meanwhile I will pause this video. Okay, so right now I got that one. So if you see this is a FTD device setup and configuration, and if you see the GUI, it's putting a nice graphical view where my GUI Z0/0 is connected to outside IPv4 and 238.214, and this one is 45.1 manage by default 0/1, and this is the management interface which is configured as a 192.168.3.100. And if you see, this is the inside network, 0/1 is connected to inside and 0/0 is connected to outside, if you see the internet. And if you come down along the URL trafficking, use the, if you want to configure the WAN interface using a DHCP or manual, you can input anything. By default it's taking a 214 IP address, so 214, I will input the same thing here. And the gateway is my 192.168.238.2, and configuring IPv6 is disabled off, so click on next. Suppose if you have only FTT, then you need to see the configuration, how it should configure. And okay, I got the second page, configure the time settings. So here I won't make any changes, so I will leave as it is and click on next. If you want to change anything accordingly, you can change. So it is if 530 Asia Kolkata NTP server, anything user defined, I believe it is by default NTP. Click on next. Okay, so here is a continue with the evaluation period, start 90 days evaluation period without registration. And suppose if you have a Cisco Smart Software Manager, so register the device using this one. So I will go with a 90 days trial evaluation period without registration, select and click on finish. Okay, we got the device is up and ready to be configured. Device will be cloud managed or standalone, so I will go with a standalone device and configure the interface and configure policy. Got it, click on got it. So this is the exact GUI of FTD. So how it looks like interfaces. Suppose if you want to configure the any interfaces, go to the interface, click on the here and come down, and there will be a small edit button here. Click on edit. Suppose if you want to give any name for these interfaces and all, and provide, suppose a status is routed. Suppose if you want to change this to any the status routed passive anything, here is the static IP. If you want to give a DHCP, select this one and click on IP address and click OK. So as of now I have two interfaces. Suppose if I want to edit this one, suppose I will 238.214 and inside is my okay, I will just show you which are all the options you will be able to see here. Suppose routing, suppose if you want to add any default route, go to this one and static route is there. So this is the any network, any subnet masking, this is the gateway, the metric is 1. And if you want to create any objects, here is the objects details, click on add here, and name, description and IP address network. If you want to give any host name, host based FQDN and any range, so you can add it here. And if you want to create a policies here, by default will be allow any inside zone to outside zone. So any by default rule is allow. Suppose it's allow. So if you want to monitoring anything, so suppose if you want to give any applications monitoring, come here. So you can able to see here all this with all the applications, 10 most applications, 100, this is the count. So you can see here. And suppose if you want to CLI, here this will be the CLI. You can click here to go here, show managers, this command do via CLI. Here will be the manage locally. So what I will do is I will actually this is my purpose to show you the things, how the FTD GUI looks like. So what I will do now, I will add the manager, I will add this device to the FMC, configure manager. Instead of here, you can go via CLI as well. Where is my, see, this is the one. configure manager, add the host name. This is my FMC, so I will add the IP address 192.168.3.11, and it will ask the registration key. So you need to provide alphanumeric one. So I will give admin 123. You want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. Yes. So it will take some time. So meanwhile, I will pause this video. Okay, I got the message. Please make note the reg key, as this will be required while adding the device in FMC. So show managers. Okay, so as of now the registration is pending. So once after registering FTD device with FMC, we will get a registration successful. So that time we can manage this FTD via FMC. Okay, meantime we will look to the some more options available in FTD. So we can do, so you can see the licensing information in FTD, and backup and restore. We configuration, go to the configuration. So this is a recurring backup, scheduled backup, manual backups, and if we have any backup, you can upload these backups here, and go to the troubleshoot. And this is like system settings, management access, logging settings, DHCP server, where you can configure the DHCP server, DNS server, host name of the FTD. So you can firewall host name, you can provide anything, host name, any fully qualified domain you can provide here. Okay, in this you can manage the site-to-site VPN configuration, remote access configuration, and advanced configuration like including flex config, smart CLI, and device administration kind of things. So this is the overall GUI of FTD. So we will see how we can integrate this with FMC. So again, when I try to check with right, still it's showing pending. So let me see. It will once it will take maximum 15 to 20 minutes to register this device with the FMC. Okay, I hope this video has been informative for you, and I would like to say thank you for watching.